See, I'm not a film festival person because I believed that film festivals are also controlled by a certain group of people. And this film was made, I wanted it to reach the masses, and I don't make movies for empty cinema halls. But then we had no option because all this, if you look at it, the entire corporate distribution system, the corporate filmmaking system, and the film festivals, they are controlled by the so-called left liberal kind of people. People who think that anything which is made on small budget is good. People who believe any indie film is good. People who think if you are a poor guy, you are a good guy. People who are anti-rich, people who are anti-success, people who are anti-everything which helps the country, it's controlled by those kind of people. Have you ever seen them? Tell me one thing. Today, if you take out a gentleman called Rohit Shetty out of Bollywood, look at the kind of loss Bollywood is going to have. But nobody celebrates him because he contributes money, he contributes to the growth of this industry. Nobody celebrates him. Who do they celebrate? People who cause losses to the industry. जिन लोगों ने बड़े बड़े स्टूडियोज के में ताले लगवा दिए, उन लोगों को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. Same thing is happening. A boy commits suicide out of depression, and we are trying to make him a political national hero. So only when I had no choice, my film was not releasing, nobody was giving us money because the film exposes the very same people who have to put in money, then I had no option. Then somewhere my assistant applied to MAMI. MAMI is one of the best international film festivals held in Bombay. And film got nominated in India Gold category. But then MAMI went bankrupt. It had no money. Then lots of assistant directors and film enthusiasts, they started donating. And then came in big corporate powers. They took over the entire festival. Mr. Shyam Benegal, who was jury chairman at that time, who ran it differently, suddenly it was taken over by some of the most successful people of the industry. And I, with my own eyes, I witnessed how the film suddenly started getting stepbrotherly treatment. The film was ignored. Nobody cared. The film was there, nobody cared. And they were busy in promoting films where their ideologies are endorsed. So we had no option. Then we had to send it to some festivals. And after doing this round of festivals, I realized all these literature festivals, film festivals, and all these so-called conclaves and all are run by people who basically somewhere in their heart do run it like a kitty party. They run it like their own people, and they just promote their own people. So this film, I had no option. That's why I went to festivals. That was not the primary idea. And today, it's gone to its own audience, to students, to institutes, and you know what is happening. Oh yeah, that way I was lucky, Arunodaya Singh is one surprise in this film. Whoever sees it, and they say this is one of the best young performers of this decade. Then Pallavi, obviously, National Award winner. She's my wife, but then she's an actor in her own right. Anupam Kher, again National Award winner actor. Then we've got Mahi Gill, who has done a great job. And there's a new girl, Aanchal Dwivedi. She has done a fantastic job. Plus, these were the 4-5 mainstream actors. But there are about 500 other actors. And they are the real students from Indian School of Business. So I used all the tribals, real, students, real, professors, real. So we've got all real cast. That's why I think the film's performance quotient is so high. See, this film was made at a time when I was really disturbed, and I was thinking, there was a time I was in US and I came back. And I was thinking whether I've done a right thing or wrong thing. Should I go back or not? But I love India so much. I want India to shine because I think India actually one of the oldest civilizations with so much good going for it. But we actually have failed after independence because of 70 years of inefficient, corrupt governments. I'm not naming anybody, but whoever was there. So out of that anger, out of that frustration, this film came. And also I wasn't sure where I was going in film industry. If you make big film with stars, then you have another set of problems. You make film without stars, then you have another set of problems. So I said, just forget everything. Let's just make jo aapke andar ki awaaz hai, what you actually want to do. And I think in this film I found my song. See, this Mangalore incident disturbed me a lot when girls were pulled out of bar and they were beaten up, and this moral policing. And there was no, it wasn't that, see, normally it is portrayed that there's certain section of Bajrang Dal or RSS and these people do moral policing, which is, I think it's a myth. Moral policing has become part of society. Whatever we don't like, we say ban it. So we have become so pro-ban country. And what was disturbing me was that despite so many IITs, IIMs and so many educational technical institutions, the government somewhere was not promoting the concepts of efficiency, productivity, value addition, the real things, the development, the real things which actually will make us superpower. What is going to make us a superpower? You ban beef, how does it matter? You make the entire country vegetarian, still you can be superpower. So why are we wasting our energies on stupid things and not the real issues, the real things which is going to put money in your pocket and my pocket? And I realized that it's a politics. Kashmir on one hand, Northeast on the other hand, and this Naxal movement. Nobody, we live in Bombay and Delhi, we don't realize. Go to Andhra Pradesh, go to Maharashtra, go to Jharkhand, go to Madhya Pradesh, go to these places and you'll realize that this Naxal movement, why West Bengal is a dead state, why Calcutta is a dead city. Calcutta was the most flourishing, prosperous city of India. It's because the socialism, we need socialism, but we don't need this extreme Maoism and socialism where you pick up guns and you want blood and you want revolution. I think that is all stupid. Absolutely true. It's all in public domain, all the letters, the exchange between. See, it happened, we wrote to head of Dean of Cinema Studies, because as a filmmaker, that's the best channel to open up. And so I wrote to her, and film was not allowed to be screened at JNU. And I just tweeted, I was going to Bhuj to shoot, and in the morning I was so angry. I said, how do I show my film? Because whatever we shot few years ago in this film has come true in case of JNU. And I said, it's very important that we take it there and show it to students and start a debate on this issue. But we were not allowed. So I just did 2 tweets. I said, dear Kanhaiya, please help me, my film is not being allowed in JNU. I did another tweet which said, it's not being allowed, is it because Anupam Kher is there or I am there? And today if you talk about development, if you talk about money, people, you think you are a Modi supporter or a BJP supporter, which is not true. And after that, media picked it up and they started asking questions, and that's how the whole thing came out in open. Then one of the students from the university called me, he got my number from somewhere, and he called me after seeing those reports. And he said, sir, we want to show it, but we are not being allowed to show it. So can we do it? If you allow us, we'll do it. I said, okay. मैंने कहा कितने लोग आएंगे? कहता सर 200-300 तो मैं ले आऊँगा. तो मैंने कहा चलो दिखाते हैं. But then they didn't get, I think, auditorium or something. Then number of students started increasing. And so when I reached Delhi, and it was on the 16th of March. And on the 18th of March, he got the permission. And the same evening, when we reached there, he said 700-800 students will come. So they couldn't accommodate so many students in an auditorium, so they did it in public. And by the time we reached there, me and Anupam, there were 4,500 students, people who were sitting on trees, on terraces, on stairs, on ground. There were no chairs or anything. People were sitting on the ground, standing. They watched this 3-hour long function, 1 hour of speeches and all those things. Just standing and climbing on each other's shoulders. Oh yeah, because there was so much of media and we went there without any security. And with nobody, only me and Anupam, we just walked in just like that, like ordinary citizens. And after the film ended, all the students these days, you know how they want selfies and everything, and they loved the film so much. So all of them surrounded me, they were throwing each other, and the media, a lot of media attention was there, so they came. And these days, you know, the new guns are the cameras. So there are these mics, something hit me so bad that I ruptured my muscle, and since then I've been in deep pain, you know. I'm supposed to be hospitalized and take rest for 3-4 days. I don't think I can do it before the release of this film, because this film is not a film for me anymore. It's become a mission of my life. It's become a movement. At this point of time, I think this is the most important thing I can do to show the narrative, show this intellectual mafia, this intellectual terrorism which is taking place in our intellectual sphere of this society, because the media will never show it. They will never ever let this story to be told. So I'm taking it door to door and showing the other side to people. See, people already believe. Do you seriously think there can be anybody in this country who believes in the idea of breaking up this country? Do you think there can be anybody? Which parent teaches their children to go and shout Pakistan Zindabad, Inshallah, Inshallah? Who does that? Nobody does that. They are brainwashed. जो लड़का एक यूनिवर्सिटी को ज्वाइन करता है, उसके माँ बाप उसको ये थोड़ी सिखा के भेजते हैं कि जाओ और भारत की बर्बादी के नारे लगाओ. तो where does he learn it from? Who does he learn it from? Which means the number of years he spends in the university, somebody is brainwashing him. So like Taliban brainwashes and create jihadis and suicide bombers, all these students, Kanhaiyas and all, or in whichever university, they have been brainwashed to become intellectual terrorists. And professors and the media and the academia, they use these students as their suicide bombers. So this is a very big and dangerous nexus. Somebody has to expose it. So at the cost of all kinds of threats and security threats, I have decided to go ahead and show this one.